Okay, everybody, welcome back to me doing the levels from Lemmings Redux that were not in the original or in Oh No More Lemmings. We are beginning today on the final difficulty, Lunatic. This is a level called Anxiety from the Genesis Lemmings. From Lemmings on the Genesis. And I don't 100% remember how this one works. Let's take a look. 5 miners, or 5 builders, pardon me, and 4 miners. Sonic says that's no good. I'm gonna turn the volume down on my end here a little bit, and... Actually, I think that was too far to the side. So we want to have somebody mine into this area here, perhaps, to imprison our lemmings. And one gets out. That's a bit of an issue. I need someone to go ahead and build a path, right? But that'll not be how to do the job. Okay, so here is where we start doing things thus-wise. That should widen things just enough to actually not really get what I want done at all here. Because now everybody's just spilling out this way, and that is not correct. Ooh. This is a little bit scary looking on a lot of levels here. Just, wow, really? This is the thing we're allowed to do now? This is the way of the future, everybody. 1,000 lemmings cried out and were suddenly silenced. Yeah, that is not gonna work. And I feel like a fool for even thinking it. On the other hand, I suppose what we can do here is we can just forget that that doesn't work either. Shit and butts. How bad is the death over here and the loss of life and limb and butt if we do this? One lemming still gets through. This is definitely pretty mean. I'm not exactly a big fan of this. I can tell you that for a reasonable price. Okay, this seems to be a reasonable holding pattern we have here. Holding cell. Holding Caulfield. They still make kids read that book in high school, by the way. I asked that like I have anyone in my audience who isn't like 1 billion years old. And we're going to run into an issue here of we still are short 1 miner. Because I suppose I fell victim to the anxiety that this level is named for. Because, of course, this is Deathola. Like, wow, that is not going to be good for anybody. There is no way you can survive that. Alright, so... It's feeling like we need basically GDQ levels of saving the frames here, and I ruined it completely. Awesome. So this is starting to feel like not the way to do it, but I suppose that at least the rest of this level is super easy, but I'm still a little bit... a little bit, you know... My Garfield is thoroughly fluffed here by failing at the first step. Because at that point, that really is like, wow, turn in your badge and your gun. Wait, you don't have either of those when you play Lemmings. If you do, I've been doing it wrong all these years. Yeah, look at it. 2 of them get up there. I'm confused. And these 2 are walking together. And one escapes that way. Ah. Good gravy. In more gravy. We have builders to burn, so I'm going to try doing this and blocking this side up, and I did it way too late, but the idea is basically there. That's not good. That is also not particularly great. Do we have enough miners? Do we have enough builders to get away with that? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we can do that. Unfortunately, we end up in this situation again, which is what we would probably like to call less than ideal. So, let's have that goofus start working. Damn, that's not good. Is that better? No, it's not, because he digs through the guy mining. Shit. Oh, is this just a bad spot to do this? And there's a hole in the bridge. I'm gonna restart this and try it from a better position. Like, let's try that, and... Okay, that doesn't really work either, because the trade-off is a little too... let's try bumping this up to like 80 or something. Work dumber, not smarter. Wait. Okay, so this should start making things kind of work, and it's not going to because they're just going to do that, and they're just going to do that, and I feel I've lost the thread a little bit here. So we're going to do things, once again, even more differently. Alright, turn around. You idiot! You idiot! Otherwise, we had it. Alright. There we go. Hopefully this'll do it. This'll hopefully get me... Oh, no. It's not gonna do it. Okay, so... Reset. Or, not reset. Just restart. And make sure we're kicked out of replay mode, basically. Or, yeah, the regular replay mode, rather. And so you still get through... Okay, so it's number 5 who has to do that instead of number 4. Alright, so you just do your regular thing. You do that. And now, finally, I think we have it. Okay. Alright, now don't mind through the stair. Oh, I was scared there, let me tell you. It's the kind of fear that sounds like anger. Unfortunately, that also describes republicanism, so, yeah, that's not a good thing. And oh my god, am I so glad we don't have a time limit here. Oh, is all I can say here. You're at your limit, buddy, and... Yeah, that is definitely... Like, I went to go watch Alan, and there were 3 other people who started streaming at about the same time, so... Yeah. There's definitely, like, everybody streaming tonight. But we've got that level, what did that take us, like 15 minutes? No, closer to 13. Still, a lot of minutes spent on that level because we're trying to get that initial first step just right. I pretty much just started like 15 minutes ago, yes, absolutely. Seen it. Which one are you trying to get? This one we have not seen before. This is another level that was exclusive to the Genesis port of Lemmings. Let's get a look at what we're doing skill-wise here. And I seem to recall this one being shockingly easy, actually, but I could be quite wrong about that. Yeah, especially with a 99 release rate, that could be a little bit troublesome. And we have to save everybody, right? Let's reset that. That's not what I want to do at all. Do this. And thankfully, even though it doesn't quite look like it because of the shading, our Lemming can get right over that. One miner. I don't think that's the right place to use that. Yeah, I'm gonna backtrack that, and I'm going to dig down here. And we're going to have us a little builder bridge there. This, I believe, is good enough to get us to the left-hand exit already? At least with this part of the level? This part of the crew? DK crew? Alright, can we get this to a place where you don't dig through that bridge? We probably can't, can we? Yeah, because they would take too much time trying to dig through that little bit of chain there. That might do it. That might do it. Yeah, so that'll let this guy go over. And we now have to hash out mentally how to get through the rest of this with this few digging tasks. Bash, build, mine here. And I think I have a way to do this. I just need to catch this guy as... like, right on the turnaround. No, I need to undo that. That's better. Alright, so the climber goes over... which, you know, that could be better, but could be worse. So... now... or in fact, a few seconds ago... not that many, though. We need this lemming to mine through the meatball... Fuck. That's no good, as Sonic the Hedgehog once said. So I guess, well, that's quite a wrinkle. Dig... build. Well, I'd say I hope this improved your life in some way, but it would be strange. Still, that's, you know, I guess how much worse could it have made it, right? Bash. I'm a little bit lost here, I'm not gonna lie. Because I genuinely do not remember this level very well. That should be fine. Oh, we don't have any downward... we don't have any downward mobility here, so... it's not actually that fine whatsoever. Not fine at all, is it, Steve? Wait. Why don't we have you do that from all the way back there? Oh, everybody's dying in the lava, that way. Well, crud. Let's see if you die from fall damage, though. No. Alright, we're going to restart entirely, and we're going to try and hash this out a little differently, because it's quite clear that what I did there was not correct. And I feel as though going to the left is not a bad idea. Or, not going to the left. Going in the middle. We came from the left before. This lemming is going to the left, but it's not going to end its destination at the left. That's not where we want to bash from. Unless that's as far left as we can get there. It is. That is a problem, to say the least. So let's... this instead. Dig. We're gonna build over to the right. Because, yeah, that's a lot shallower there, so we should be able to set this up at least. And we'll leave that for now. Bash. And once again, build. Okay, so we have enough digging tools to pull this off. I think we're going to end up coming up slightly short, possibly, but we will see how we'll see how we get on in a moment. That goes that way. Bash to the left here. And we've definitely got some strange goings-on here, but it seems to be working in our favor. Alright, you're facing to the left, so we'll do that. I kind of ignored the fact that I have this many floaters, and speaking of which, that wasn't really very smartly done, so we will instead go for a slightly safer angle here. And this should, like, empty our entire floater contingent, like, immediately, because... Alright, make sure that nobody dies there. Alright, there we go. That was definitely lashed together from spare parts, but we got there. I think the talisman solution for this, because the talismans are a thing that exists in Lemmings Redux for doing specific challenges, is to do that without floaters, and I don't remember how to do that offhand, so as you can tell. Let's move on to number 8, evacuating a coal mine. Ooh, this one. I remember this being kind of nasty, but I think we can pull it off. We'll be fine, I'm sure. So once again, the shading will throw you off here, but we can climb over. And we're going to be able to... we can tank that fall. Right. I was quite nervous for a second there. Can we survive this? Yes. So, you know, speaking of mining here... do that. No. One frame earlier. That will cut through just barely through the top of that. Oh yeah, it's really nice when they just throw you a couple of traps that legitimately cannot kill your lemmings. Just as little background details, that's always kind of cute. I'm actually going to back up a little bit here and place this about as perfectly as possible. Just start cutting through this a little bit. And see, this is a little scary looking because of the shading and everything, but again, don't be fooled. Do not be fooled. Oh, or do, apparently. That's awesome. We were making fun of that trap for a minute there. I'm gonna be honest, I did not expect that at all. Alright, so... Well, see, this is what we get for being like, oh, yeah, it's completely useless. It's just there as background detail. Well, then the game hears you. And is like, oh, yeah, smart ass? Well, here. Why don't you see how background detailed this really is? Classic. Oh, speaking of classic, this happened as well. Wow, we gotta redo a lot of this, don't we? Shit. You make invisible levels taking advantage of those dark areas of those pillars. Oh, that is something that I could see one of the more ingenious designers in the Lemmings community committing a fucking war crime with. Basically, like, exactly what I said when I was in Roundy's Discord, like, oh yeah, there's Lewis scripting in the new Super Mario Bros. X. Well, I think Poisonous Pipeline is in somebody's future. And, wow, get a load of this guy. I'm actually quite impressed by that level of get up and go. That is... There we go. Yeah, it really is. I feel like that's a thing that's not supposed to be that disgustingly precise, although, yes, obviously there is supposed to be quite a deal of precision involved, but to that level? Like, damn, that is shocking in its cruelty, assuming that this does not again turn into a step up. If it does, I was gonna say if it does, I don't know what I'm doing wrong then. So this part is basically done. I just am going to get over here and solve this last part here because you can see we have 6 bash. Is that a perfect shot? Yes, there it is. The perfect shot of getting 1 basher through there. You're kind of supposed to have 6 bashers for this and only use 4 to get through this undercarriage, but with perfect placement, you can cut through these stars in 1. Which is pretty great. I'm glad that that's a thing that was in the Genesis version of this level and has remained for Lemmings Redux. It is indeed a bit of a test of frames, which this level already has been the whole time, but still. Let's get a load of what our next level is. It is Lunatic 11, Fix the Road Quick, once again from Lemmings on the Genesis, as quite a few of these levels are going to be. We have 15 builders to do this, and that's it. We do have a leeway of being able to kill 6 dudes, however, so that is a little alright. And this is an interesting little start here. We get somebody almost getting ahead. This one definitely looks a little bit on the, like, under-designed side, we'll put it that way. Alright, so I'm going to just consider this lemming a bit of a write-off. Unless I can... That's a lot of bridges to... A big problem, of course, being that we can't get through here and use that as a rescue path because, well, you can see why. We only have builders. You want to try getting through a wall with only builders? I'm not a big fan of it, personally. So I kind of just wasted that bridge. We're gonna do a reset so that way we don't use that. And we basically have to kind of hash out when it's okay to write some of these fellas off. Because this whole thing is going to come down to a bit of loss mitigation, I think. Although, again, it's been a very long time since I've touched this game on the Sega Genesis. Or, for that matter, touched this game in, touched this level in Lemmings Redux form. I played this... Good lord, when did I stream the original? It was around that time. And yeah, that's 5 of our 6 allotted deaths. And there's number 6. This isn't really... This doesn't feel like much of a level, personally. And again, this really is just all about me just mashing the button to you know, go one frame at a time until we get it right. It's... On the one hand, it's a useful tool, but on the other hand, in a case like this, it does feel like it sucks the life out of it a little bit. Alright, so here comes a big moment of truth where we get to see if this is how deadly of a drop this is. And ooh, that is painful. That's not where I want to place it at all. Fortunately...
I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, hey, thank you for the raid, Alan. We've only just started. How was... Gee, I don't remember what game you decided to play, Alan. You were having a bit of a time with that, I recall. We're on a level that kind of sucks right now. And that is definitely not going to be the way of doing things. Let's see if we even can get to the other... Is this like a perfect... Oh, we're going to have to do something else here. Well, if we can build an insurmountable little chunk here, basically, which is gonna be very, very difficult with only 3 builders. Yeah, see, that doesn't work. But let's see if Captain going the wrong way here is safe. No, we have an allotment right now of 2 to do this in. Which makes me think that I fucked up somewhere in the beginning, but we'll figure it out. You played Silius. That definitely, yep, that's you. Playing Journey to Silius when all else fails. And fail it did. What happened to, What was it, Astel you were trying to play other than Bug and Clockwork Knight 2 and Clockwork Knight 1 and Bubsy and I don't know what else. At this point, I mostly just say Bubsy because, you know, Bubsy is its own joke. Either blocked in or going in a loop near the beginning. Oh. Well, that's a lot smarter. Okay, so let's do a reset here. And first builder has to basically happen like that. So we're going to let that first lemming fall and get the quickest turn possible. So, if you go to the left here, and we need a contingency here to save people from dying. In fact, that's not going to be correct at all. That's not the place where we need to do a contingency. We need something more to the left here. And we'll let the one lemming die, because now the rest of them should go in a loop, or not. I suppose we can't do that, huh? We have a little bit of leeway to goof this up at least, though, so there's that. Which, that part is ending. We have a very small kill limit over there. And that still doesn't really get anybody out of the... Well, actually, that's fine. Which means I probably didn't need to use that if I just did it correctly. But it's a little late for that. Well, if we goofed this up too badly, we will, we'll come back to it later. So the issue now is that it's much safer to go the other way, right? So getting this to turn around on this few lemmings is just not going to be very simple. So again, we'll do the turnaround. Oh, right, we need one more bridge to do that, so... One... We have two after this in order to not screw it up, which is actually the same way we were... Which is the same place we were in before, so... Ultimately, nothing has changed, everything is the same. Wait a second. I think I'm going about this part a little incorrectly. Although we can finish this quite easily, because, yeah, obviously they can't get back up, and well, they're blocked there, so that's something. Actually, it does give me a good idea as to how to block this up, but for the time being... We're going to do this, and if I can't make sense of it this way, then I will ask you what is the trick. But until then, I want to test one more ridiculous idea. All right. Well, to be fair, I'm like kind of stumped on the beginning just in general, so yeah, I'll take what I can. I'll take what I can, basically. So this should hopefully get me what I need here. With any luck, which I don't suppose I have any of, but let's see. All right, so that should fill that in. Let's see if this does this, because this looks like a solution, because we've seen that something like this can hold people in. Yes, there we go. We got it. That, again, these Genesis levels are one of two things, either really easy or really stupid. And yeah, that Death Ruler is definitely... Don't need that one builder near the end. Are you sure about that? I mean, I suppose you're probably right, but... I feel like I tried it earlier and it was a death drop, but we finished it with everybody. Here's one level that, okay. So here is the water processing plant level. This is one... I guess I never did the talisman for this. This is weird. And this one is very similar conceptually to a level much earlier in the game, and also a voice crack from much earlier in the game, called Rainbow Island, which I believe is actually in Lemmings Redux. And that's going to be our one who dies. This is basically Rainbow Island, except evil, basically. You're much more confined on resources and basically everything else. Alright, so... Oh, wow, that not even properly filled in. I'm kind of surprised by that. That's not going to work. This is not going to work, by the way, because we're going to want another lemming to be able to build over the, basically, we'll need 3... We need 3 or we only need 2? I think this actually will work, come to think of it. I'm going to take a whack at it. Because I think it only takes... I think it only takes 2 builders to get to the exit here. And in fact, that is the wrong digging tool in this case, because we want that basher for later, because... Well, I guess we'll find out. So, yeah. We'll find out. And we're having a problem over here already, so... That's real good. Nice of you to join us, Chief. We're gonna have to do a reset on this one anyway. Yeah. On the other hand, this requires 3 builders at the end. But this would have worked out were it not for the fact that I had 1 extra lemming go over the top, and also I kind of need to get everybody out of here, so I would need to start from down there. Well, that's okay. We can do a restart here. And we can also start timing our lemmings a little better with this. Just one lemming like this. Come on. Yeah, that's definitely going to present an issue now, because, yeah, that wasn't supposed to work out that way. So I guess, pardon me when I say that I was going to time it better, because I clearly did not. Lemming builds as far to the left as possible. And that one builds as far to the right as possible. And that one dies. Do this, I suppose, and that as well. Alright, so I see we've got lemmings that are decently spaced out here. Except for these fellas. Fuck. Alright, so we're gonna not finish the bridge here for a moment. Allow those lemmings to pass a little better and do this. Unfortunately, we're still having the weird clumping issue. Oh, you've been watching Around the Wheel play Lemmings 2? I've been mostly enjoying it, even if it is, well, Lemmings 2, which is a weird game. Oh, crap. I don't know what to do about this one other... Is it just really just going to come down to timing it better? And in fact, we're going to have... second lemming back here. And then these three are too clustered. And I'm getting too flustered. We have two miners. No, that doesn't work. Crap. Let's go back here. In fact, and let's just do this bridge like normal. I can bet that Lemmings 2 has some very, very strange moments to it, just by virtue of the fact that some of the skills are already kind of funky. Like, there's enough stuff that involves using the fan that... that's a whole weird ball of wax that may not actually be made of wax. Right, do we have enough space here to pull this off? I'm going to assume we do. Yes, and we can actually get a turnaround here. So that's nice. That's it! I can't do that voice properly. I've created a new recipe! And by that I mean a solution that works. That was a little bit disastrous. Yeah, the fan... Also, keep in mind that my only experience with Lemmings 2 is playing it on the SNES. So I had to do the fan stuff using a D-pad. So think about every mess that Roundy's been having. And now imagine that on a fucking D-pad. This level is called Move On in 2 separate groups, but I didn't announce that because I was too busy talking about the goddamn fan. So this one, I remember one very important thing about this, and that is that you are going to put a blocker here and bash under the blocker in order to round the level out. Round the level out. It's funny because we're talking about round the wheel. I legitimately think that I would be sitting here just kind of, you know, puzzling at this quite a bit if I did not remember that one specific point about this level. Also, I think we want to extend our bridge a little better here. That is true. Just look down there. It's definitely giving you that look, and I've been saying some rude shit about the shading the whole time, but there it's actually kind of perfect. So I think I've goofed some. I think I definitely. Wait, no, we can just build up that way. Never mind, we can do this way. Actually, I'm going to reset this. Because while we're going to do mostly the same basic thing, we're going to have to multitask here pretty heavily in order to get what we want out of this. Turn around, please. Yes, there we go. Starting to scare me a little bit, buddy. Okay, so Group 1 is safe. We just have to actually get the rest of Team B over here over to the exit properly. And that could be a very strange thing. This is... Actually, I do like this level for the main reason of it being a little bit more on the clever side as opposed to just being like, oh, well, here. Enjoy your doing things frame by frame, because, yeah. That's good and all. That's, you know, all well and fine and all of that, but sometimes you need something that is just like, how the hell do I do this, as opposed to when the hell do I do this? And let us now see if this actually works. There is a distinct chance that it might not. Oh, no, it's going just fine, except for that. It was going just fine. Alright, there we go. There we go. I was about to say perfect, but no, absolutely not perfect. We definitely tried a couple of solutions, and we even still have this extraneous bridge over here, but we used all of our tasks. So let's get a look at Lunatic 15, Evil Whisper. I remember this one not being very hard, but if it's this deep into the game, I guess I could have been wrong. So, main thing that I can think of here is mining and digging at the end. Ultimately, we have a problem here of how do we separate out a lemming from this group? And I think the solution is going to end up being not mining over there, but nevertheless, Wow, get a load of that. That is what we call really testing the limits of good taste. Or I suppose you could call it the Catherine, because we're definitely dealing a lot in the edge there. I won't say anything else so that way I don't get off on a huge rant again, because that game sure exists, folks. And I have feelings about it. So once again, this part ends up being quite simple. I feel like we really did just kind of basically laugh at this one's face a little bit. I'm so glad for those abilities to see, to get a load of where certain tasks will take you, because that just trivialized this. Like, oh yeah, we found the pixel immediately. Just get into the level and find the hole instantly. That's all you gotta do to be good at Lemmings, everybody. I don't understand why people think this game is so hard. Says somebody for whom this was basically their first video game, or quite close. And not that I finished it when I was a small child, or anything, but it was definitely one of the earliest games that I played, and I played a decent chunk of it. And the game is now going on 30 years old, so something this explains a lot. This is the only level, by the way, from the Sega Master System that is in this pack. It is just called Sega 4. It is a replacement for some of the earlier special levels, I believe. Probably for Beast 2 of a level. I have never played Master System Lemmings, but I suspect that it is a feast for something or other, and this is the wrong music. This music is from the extra special level that's in the Genesis version of this game. So I'm over here using the wrong music once again. Oh no. I'm really a credit to something or other. That lemming can die. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to have a couple of casualties here. And I don't exactly know if I'm doing this the correct way or not, by the way, so this may very soon end up being a thing that I have to go back through and be like, oh yeah, I fucked this up good and proper. Well, there's two deaths because this blocker is gonna get freed. We can't just blow people up when we don't have bombers. That's not how things work in this video game. There isn't a button specifically to... Oh shit. Whoops. I probably should just let this replay. Yes, thank you. I'm really good at video games, everybody. Actually, I have a bit of a brainwave here. Not to be confused with the brainwave, I suppose. Well, let's do this first of all. Do we need those 5 buildings, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna need at least that many builders, so a basher it will have to be. No, this time I'm paying attention. Kind of. Unfortunately, these fuckers are just gonna have to not get clumped like that, I guess. Yeah, there's not much we can do about that fella. You can escape early. There we go. That's a way to do it, I suppose. Ain't working, that's the way you do it. Play the guitar on the MTV. Unfortunately, yes, I believe all this stuff is steel, otherwise I would love to just be like, hey, I'll build here. Straight to the exit. Would be absolutely hilarious if I could do that. Let's use a miner. Because I know full well that a digging chuck is gonna be a much more useful thing to use somewhere else. Now, remember everybody that you have 20 climbers. And not to assign them until everybody is going this way. Otherwise, they'll go back up and, you know, over the top of the screen and they'll die, and that won't be good. Also, because this will probably be the only time I'll be able to show it, let me go ahead and demo this trap real quick. Yep, it's like paint or something as opposed to water. That is some powerful water if it just washes the climber status off of the lemming. Wow. So now we can start assigning climbers, by the way. As soon as these lemmings are going to the left. That way they don't climb to death off the backboard. Thank you, Lethal. Unfortunately, I don't have those sound bites on my channel. However, I'll just have to give you a little bit of... well, give me a second here to let this work out. I'll just have to give you a little bit of... sploosh. Right in the mic. Sploosh. Kaboom! I fucking love that guy. He's just absolutely my favorite character in Wind Waker is the guy who runs the battleship game. And to a lesser extent, who runs the canon game, but they are the same person as far as I can tell, so, you know. Wow. So yes, here we go. We get to nuke one lemming. One sad, poor little lemming getting turned into lemming kibble. And we get to carry on to whatever our next level is going to be for this, which is number 19, private room available. Ooh, this one is great. By the way, this is one of the 5 levels from the Genesis Lemmings that were added to the Super Nintendo version as the bonus Sunsoft difficulty. There was this one. There was 2 heads or better, which I'm quite sure that we will be seeing, because I just feel like we would see that. Maybe we won't, actually. If we don't see it here, we'll definitely see it at some point in the future, because it's a good level. Lemmings Arc, which I know for a fact is in this pack. I Am A.T, which can fuck right off into the sunset. And Final Impediment, which I've shown off before in a Talisman run, and is also a pretty alright level. So, this level, what you do is you get 8 of your 10 lemmings into these little holding cells. The other 2 go ahead and basically build out the path. Well, build is a strong word. And the lemming at the back is going to finish this out. You need to dig through these tiny little spokes at the bottom of each of these boxes in order to make sure that the lemmings fall at such a height that they will not die. Also, you can't dig into another lemming's box, which sounds really quite questionable of a string of words. Otherwise, you will kill the other lemming in there. And that's not a good time for just about anybody involved. However, we have the magic of frame skips here, so we can make this... Well, we have the magic of frame skips and also guiding lines, so we can make this very, very much easier than it would be on a console. That's for damn sure. Oh, I wonder if there's some, like, Master Lemmings speedrunner out there who does this not only without pausing on a console, you know? Because, again, need I remind you, these levels were originally exclusive to console versions of the game. Oh. So that's not a good place to have that lemming dig. Well, we can fix that problem pretty easily. If you can find the whole of that username for me, Bronco, that would be great. Because I admit that I've been very interested in the concept of speedrunning Lemmings. Although not 100% sure where to start on something like that, but I imagine that that is like some seriously ridiculous shit. Alright, so we're going to do things this way. We're basically going to play this as safe as possible. And by that, I mean we're already, like, having this lemming dig way over to the right. But we have leeway to the right. We don't have it to the left. Again, this sounds like a statement on current world affairs in some regard, but I assure you that is an accident. But we want to have as little drop distance there as possible. Well, you know, even if not a speedrun, that's still got to be pretty interesting because I know there's some absolutely buck wild things you can do in these games. By the way, I'd like to point out, because of the amount of time that we're taking on this, I want to say that this level had a time limit of either 2 or 3 minutes on the console. Yeah, I am so glad that Lemmings Redux takes away most of the time limits because, oh my god. Otherwise, yikes. Yeesh. That would not be good for anybody. Alright, Lunatic 20, here we go. Here's another Genesis Lemmings exclusive called No Hurry, Relax. This is kind of a combination of 2 levels that we've seen in Days of Yore. One of them is one that we did, not yesterday, last week even. Last time we did Lemmings, there was a little bit of... There was that level where it was like the 3 paths and only one had an exit in it. I don't remember what it's called, but it was the same tile set. That, and from the original game, Poor Wee Creatures, where you had the lemmings just dropping out of the entry hatch and dying, and it being all very, very horrible, or hilarious, depending on the type of person you are. For my part, I say, ¿Por qué no los dos? And obviously, yeah, the other part of that sentiment is that we have to do that better, basically. So I don't think we need the second bridge here, is gonna be the first thing. We also need to build further out, so yes, bit of a double whammy here. All right, are we gonna make this work? Come on, big bucks, no whammies, and we managed to pull it off. So these lemmings are all gonna end up here, I believe. Yes, which is probably okay. What we don't want going on here is this guy going over this way. We're gonna have to do a little bit of work here. All right, turn around. And I admit now that I don't think I'm doing this correctly. For, like, multiple reasons. Let's try having you build there. That's gonna be too low of a, I'm gonna take a reset here. Wait a second, did I? Yeah, I forgot to make that lemming a climber. Which is also, like, kind of what I was gonna do anyway, so... We're gonna try setting up the other half of the level, basically, and see if we have the time for that. I have a feeling that we're not going to. In fact, I don't think we're gonna have enough builders to do this right. Either. Never mind time. Which, yeah, you can tell that we definitely don't have enough of. So that's a bust. You get as close to the ground as you can. Gee, we might not have any time for Prime if I'm doing this, if I'm taking this long on some of these levels that I thought were really easy. Alphonse 1986. All right, thank you for setting us up with that, buddy. That is good detective work there. Okay, we've got one extra body here. And so what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to actually finish this. And I'm going to see if this actually will get us to, if I'll be able to do what I want to with this setup, or if I'm going to have to do things a little differently. Alright, so that happens, because of course it does, but we should be able to get a bit of a turnaround going, you know, down here. Alright, that should be good. You go through... Shit, no, I can't do that over there. Okay, well that's what we would call an unforeseen error. Unforced error, rather. Also unforeseen, but that is not the term in this case. So we want to change the shape of the loop, basically. Actually, yeah, we let that happen. And we just bash through, or no? Let's see if we can't things a little differently here. Alright. These lemmings are now safe, and that completes that loop, and here comes the part where we have to line this up perfectly. And we're gonna let the teeming hordes out here. Alright, can you guys climb up that? Yes, you can. There we go. So it took us a bit of fudging to really make sure that I was sure about everything and to, you know, get this middle part all worked out. I feel like this is not the correct solution, but if it works, it works. I'm not gonna complain. And that is our fastest time and our best score, apparently. Nice. And let us continue over to... Oh, wow. Here's something from the NES Lemmings. Hello, John. Got a new lemming? We have 3 minutes to finish this one. That scares me a little bit. 3 minutes is a fair chunk of time, really, for a Lemmings level, so... I shouldn't be too nervous, really. Oh. It's one of those, is it? You die as well? Yes. So, everybody is safe now. We're gonna have to do something about that in the forthcoming moments here, though. So we get our first fella over here, who is gonna do that. I think this is what we want to do. Yeah, actually, we'll let you do this, and... Oh, wait, I think I need to dig through this thing. Otherwise, they can't get through there, We're not gonna have a whole lot of... We're not exactly very heavy on bridges we can use here. Ooh, that is a pain. That is a pain indeed. So, we're gonna redo this. Everybody is safe now. We're gonna have to do something about that. Yeah, that's this game in a nutshell, really. Everybody is safe. We're gonna have to do something about that. So we do that, I think. I think that's gonna get us places, but you can tell that I don't really remember this level very well. And it's gonna probably end up being a thing where I say that now, and then I'm gonna look at this later and just be like, how the fuck did I not see any of this? And in fact, speaking of not seeing things, I'm gonna make sure I undo that. Oh, you're already bashing. Well, you need to not. Wait a second. If I do this, then I think somebody has to, like, actually properly do sort of a world tour here. I just am short of resources to actually do it, and that's going to get me into the exit because I built too far to the right over here. Wait a sec. There's an area here that I might be able to build into. There we go. Okay. However, I might have to do this in a different order in order to hash everything out. But the basic idea is here-ish. The problem there is here-ish. We're gonna actually cap this release rate immediately so that way we can just get everybody out as soon as possible. Make sure that none of them break their necks. And then I have to figure out what the trick here is, that I'm missing something. Let's just have somebody from there try climbing. You think you see it? Well, in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and say that by all means, you can go ahead and drop it in as soon as you see it, because this is kind of fooling me a little bit here. I think I've hit upon it as well, but we'll see how this hashes out. Because I can do this section with a single builder, or two builders rather, to complete the circuit. And one builder to get there. This might have just been I think I might have gotten to it eventually. It just was a matter of synthesizing the two solutions. And me basically getting a little bit nervous about the time limit here because, wow. It is coming up and it is tight. Alright, so we should still have enough time to do this, I think. I believe... 25 seconds, right? Or less than that, rather. Oh, goodness, I feel a little nervous about that, but oh, we got there. Yep, that... Well, we took a lot more time than... Well, a lot more, but 6 seconds is a pretty wide margin. We took more time with that than I did on my regular run-through, so I wonder if I did that differently in this case. Great Lemming Caper, we've seen that. Everyone's a hard nut. Make your own jokes here. This is another Genesis Lemmings level. 3 Lemmings, 3 to be saved. Let's get to it. Let's have some nuts. Pistachios, cashews. What, did you think I was gonna say Rocky Mountain oysters? Could have been more aggressive with that last batch. Probably, yeah. I suppose you're correct there, Lethal. I feel like I want to have a... No, I don't want to have a turnaround. But I feel like I want to have a completed bridge there. So this Lemming has to bash in order to get through this. Oh, we can't be having that. So at this point, I am absolutely just sort of playing this one by ear a little bit and trying to see where we end up. Because it could be a lot of places. And very likely, fairly few of them good. See, I'm definitely feeling a serious lack of resources. There's not really much else we can do over here besides build, though, right? And that Lemming is going to die, so let's do a reset, actually. You don't even need to bash, buddy. I think what's going to happen here is that this Lemming still has to build, but this one can distract itself in a different way. Alright, dig to get yourself out in front. You can continue to hang out down there? No, you have to go through that little bit here. And preferably not bash through the ball. Otherwise, that presents a bit of a problem. Alright, build. So, the way things are going to pan out here, if I've got all this correct. And I very well may not. And actually, judging by all this, yeah, this is happening a little too fast here. Need to get some sleep. All right, you get yourself some rest there, Bronco. We do this. And need a way to like dig through this sort of knot hole area here, basically. Okay, no, we need to dig further back than that. Then we dig through this. So what I'm going to try to cause to happen here, what I'm going to attempt to affect here is this lemming goes this way, builds over the trap, bashes through this, and then we should hopefully have one basher left to get into here somehow. Because if I can do one more basher to get to the exit, which I believe I can, one basher through the pillar. Yeah, like that. Oh, Jesus, that sound scared me. Because I forgot to build over the trap. Dirt, 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 dirt. So we want to actually have you build from reasonably far back here to land on the cube. Just like that. Yes. And there we go. That is everyone being a hard nut, apparently. Nut. Watch Rider Left Part 2. This is... We've only got a couple more levels to go here, and I know a couple more of them are from Oh No More Lemmings. This is yet another level from the Genesis game. Let us see what we're in for. You can kill 4 lemmings, and again, I seem to remember this one being shockingly easy. So, to get our feet off the ground here, let's start doing this. Bash. Damn. We need a little more forward movement there. That's what we want. I was gonna say, unfortunately, I think we dug through a little bit of the thing there, but that appears to not be the case. Okay, so if you could not die there... Yes, perfect, perfect, perfect! Good gracious. I think I'm a little bit short on bodies here, however. So this might not be what we want to do, actually, but let's get the rest of the lemmings out. Yeah, see, we're coming up a little bit short of what I wanted to be able to do here. So this is not quite it. The idea was there, I think, but not so much the execution. So we can kill a grand total of 4 lemmings in this level, and with 4 bombers, I'm quite certain that we're going to have to. Because quite frankly, they would not give us that if we didn't have to do it. And that's not going to be the way to pull that off. And that doesn't really help us either. So there's definitely quite a bit to this that I'm not quite hashing together just yet. We're not going to be able to win with this, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's not quite it either, but I feel like there's something kind of interesting to this. So let's the one builder is absolutely killing me. Killing me, Smalls. Speaking of killing me, that's not really conducive to a long life either. Reset. I seem to recall there being some very shockingly easy solution to this, by the way. And so one lemming dies in the hole there. I think we've got it, by the way. I'm guessing. I'm saying by the way a lot for some reason. I acknowledge fully that I get very repetitive in my commentary when I get nervous, which is all the time, and we just did it. That works. I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it, but we'll take it. Again, a working solution is a working solution. Intention or no, who cares? If it gets the job done, that's all we need. And here is final impediment, which I mentioned earlier. This one, I think that what I did to solve this before involved punching a blocker in the back of the head, which is hilarious, but again, I'm not sure that that's an intended solution. However, if I recall correctly, this really is as simple as just do the setup work and then go. Do we have enough space to... Yes, we have enough space to get a turnaround here. And I don't have enough space to not fat finger on the nuke key several times instead of hitting the pause key, which, that might cause some issues. This is gonna be a little bit on the, not a whole lot going on here side, because, yes, I believe that this is basically just a building exercise. A very, very unusual one for sure, but a building exercise nonetheless. Alright, can we get a turnaround, please? Yes, we can. Alright, we need a little bit of clearance. A little more, a little more. There we go. That's perfect. Also, as mentioned, yes, Final Impediment was a level on the Super Nintendo version of Lemmings, in addition to the Genesis version. I don't think the screen at the beginning of the level showed that, but Yes, it is indeed correct that that is a thing. Alright, so can we slap the blocker in the face? Not very usefully, no. Okay, I'm shocked that that worked, and that is not going to work. This presents a minor issue, so we gotta go back a little bit here and fix this. No, that's not correct. That's better. Oh. That's my bad for not counting that properly. That will do much better. And that should do it. I believe we're in a position of this doing it. We just gotta find the right lemming to hit with the left key here. There we go. That is looking pretty correct. Yeah, and we don't even need to use a builder to turn anybody around. Amazing. Final impediment is not much of an impediment to us whatsoever. At this point, we should be all about fucky architecture in our building. And that is a level that we've done faster before, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure I did it without using a miner before, which is what I showed off on stream. And let's go camping. This level, I remember this one being a bit of a nightmare, although it does have some nice, cute little tent thing going on here. So, if you've played this level on the Genesis, you will remember that there is a solution that involves just digging a hole and turning around. That's not here anymore. Also, that is death, for some reason. I think we want to make this last lemming a floater here. This level is a bit of a floater, if you know what I mean. If you don't, well, it's a reference to poo. You think the Lemmings music is making you go insane. I believe that that is a sentiment that a lot of people would share, because the Lemmings music can definitely cause psychological pressure of some variety. That much, yes, is what I'm trying to say here. So we're gonna try turning this into a solo level here, basically. We need enough space to be able to bash through this. And 3 builders is gonna be very tight for what I'm trying to do here. To a point where I'm not even sure that it's actually possible. But I just legitimately do not remember how to do this. And of course, if I go look it up, my only sources here are gonna be Roundy, basically. Because everybody else is going to be like, oh, well, here's the cheese ball solution from on the Genesis, and Yes, very nice. You get a cookie, but I can't do that here. You know, we're all very impressed with you, but unfortunately... Oh, that's my dog again. And speaking of things that are unfortunate, you will see here that... we could go higher in this situation, but we need more builders. And by more, I mean one. So we definitely don't have enough builders to do this particular shenanigan. Which is unfortunate because that would have made my life noticeably easier. Speaking of making my life easier, I'm going to do that. So, yeah, a lot of the rest of this is going to be in the old frame-by-frame mode. We do this here, because we have to be able to use this blocker, right? Otherwise, they would not give that to us? Correct? That is a reasonable assumption to make here? That we would be in some way deprived of that blocker? I'm actually going to not make that lemming a floater. Let's see what I can do here. Okay, well, this is at least funny. This is clearly not the intention. And it's definitely not going to let us solve the... I mean, that is a possibility, but it also... I'm also at somewhat of a loss as to how to even deal with this right now. I'm just kind of like, why? Why is this like this? Actually, let's back it up a little bit and go around here. Maybe will give us the height we need. Maybe. All right, 3. It's enough to get us to the exit. But it's not enough to get us to make the loop around that I would want to do here. I would need one more builder to pull that off, but we got 2 to the exit, I guess. That's something. I should have saved a replay from when I did this. And I'd just be like, yeah, whatever, you get to see how it works. I don't care. If I had one more builder, I could go over the exit, bash to free the blocker, and bash through the bridge, and we'd be good to go. However, I don't. So, I think I've got an idea here. And it's gonna be a little strange. I think it'll be a little strange. We'll do that as a means of slowing the lemming down. And we're making the first lemming a floater to shorten the gap between these two. Basically to make sure that this little Throckmorton has enough time to hopefully start building towards sealing that in. Unfortunately, this motherfucker is gaining on him. So, you know, that only does so much for us. And yeah, we're at still a builder deficit here if we try to do anything clever, basically. Well, shit. And shit some more, I guess. Let's try restarting this and alright, so we're gonna let 2 lemmings fall out at max speed here. Or we're going to do this a little differently, I guess. Alright, is that gonna get us what we need? Yes, finally. That, and you do that at the very edge of your... Shit, really? Wow. Fine. You can float. And that'll put, like, an inch between you two. There we go. That's kind of like a solution. Now we're still gonna run into the problem here of I don't have this slowed down enough. And so this might be the closest we can get to anything useful to slow this lemming down any further. And it's not going to be very useful, especially not when that happens. Which is actually just kind of funny, more than anything. Anyway, I thought you all would enjoy a little bit of squish there. As I'm kind of stuck here realizing again that I don't really know what to do past this point, because we need to conserve four lemmings to do this, and I feel like the only other thing that I know that I could really do, and it would be the jankest shit possible, would basically involve... Oh, wait, no, I think I've realized it, actually. Because I was going to say, can I get the basher to bash while turning around and somehow remove the ground? I've got it now. Kind of. I need the replay blanked, however. So, number one starts building. And blocks right there. So number two starts doing starts doing its thing. And I need to bash to take out this bit of ground. And that is gonna probably be a little bit on the dicey side, because I don't think that's going to really turn out right, and I'm gonna have to go back and come at it with a faster release rate. Because we have no leeway to build there. You gonna do it? Not quite. Yeah, so here we go. We redo this at about 90. Because this goon has to build all of one plank. Basically. There you go. This should finally get it right, as long as we get the rest of the level right. This absolute mindfuck of a level. Like, wow. The fact that somebody came up with this. Never mind the fact that somebody expected anybody else to actually get it. This goes above and beyond the concept of next level. Is there a level past next level? Because that's what this is. An absolute brain blender of a level. Like, wow. Alright, so let's plow through that, and yes. There you go. We just have to finish this last part off here, and this, I'm almost feeling like may involve some pretty grotesque timing, and I think I have a solution to fix that. It's gonna be to do this. And hopefully the third lemming doesn't turn around there. There we go. Finally. Wow. I know I've been saying wow a lot this VOD, but wow. Good fucking lord. That level took quite a bit out of me. And to top it off, we have 3 last levels to go here. And most of them are quite intensive, to say the least. Let's get a quick check out of Lemmings Arc. This is a level that is kind of infamous to a point where it actually appeared unchanged in another custom Lemmings level pack. Also, there's a little chunk there to prevent Lemmings from climbing off the roof. The roof is on fire. You don't need no water, let that motherfucker burn. I'm dying, Squirtle! That was a bit of a little bit of an adventure there for everybody in the audience. And I am out here just playing this by ear, by the way. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing here. Or if any of it will actually work. So, basically you have to make a path for the lemmings to go up here, and then to go over to the exit. And it's very tough, because you can see that our builder allotment is extremely limited. And now comes the part where you'd think, oh, we're hunting for the magic pixel, right? Let's see if I remember any part of this, that there is actually no winning spot here. Yeah. So we would have to mine twice and build up through it, and then we don't have another builder to get to the exit. So, you know, bleh. Let's reset this. And let's do this. And of course, we have to make Shucklefuck Jones over here get all the way to the other side of the thing and then build in order to not die. And at this point, I am slightly lost. Now we send somebody else up now, possibly. Trying to rack my brain here for anything that would... Well, that lemming just died. Whoops. Didn't know that that was gonna happen because it sure didn't fucking look like it from the splat ruler. Yeah, see, that's... I think it has to be, I think that's 1 pixel too high, basically, is what I think is going on here. Climb over here, and... So... Yeah. Anyone seen any good movies lately? This might be, a place we spend quite a bit of time, basically, is all I can say for sure, because... Good fucking lord. This level is... a monster of a monster. Right. Alright, let's... we get you to go over now, please, maybe? And I'm going to assume that if I wanted to mine through this chunk, I gotta do it from further back. We are once again going to come up short here. Yeah, we'd have to mine from even further back. So that has to be, like, the big way up here. That has to be it. But by the same token, how else... Excuse me, how else am I supposed to get anywhere, really, without doing these steps? And, yeah, we're sending the 2 lemmings up right away. I shouldn't do that. I should have 1 lemming go up this early. Because I had a bit of a quick brainwave here of digging into this and then bashing across the front of the lemming's arc here. And that being of some use to us. But I need to point out that I don't necessarily know for sure if this is actually going to get us what we want here. Although at this point, if you're not used to me fucking up at least once or twice to get things done, I do not know what to tell you. And in fact, we're going to back up all the way here to about here. Send a climber over the wall. in order to get the jump on this. Hopefully... Now, I was hoping for a little more than that, but you can't really get a whole lot of what you want most of the time in this particular level. This one is definitely designed to hurt you in several ways. The first of which being that this guy is just gonna die. Yeah, so... replay. And basically, we gotta start climbing much sooner. In fact, we're gonna have somebody start climbing right now? Is that too soon? That is too soon. Just barely. So we'll have the next person back climb, and that is still not going to get us what we want. Will that do? Yeah, timing that climber is definitely one of the harder things for us to do in this level. And there's a lot of stuff in this level that is absolutely brutal. Because the trick is that this build is going to seal this area, so this climber has to get past first. Now, hopefully there's no significant bridge damage here. We are, I think, just barely even going to cross that gap. Yeah, we didn't cross that gap. Well, wow, that is absolutely ridiculous. Let's see what key does that, but just clicking correctly will get you there. Now, that bridge does look absolutely demolished, but it is safe. It's just that it's had a little bit of its baseboard taken out there. And speaking of safety, I don't know if we're going to be able to make this. Yeah, I think we're going to come up a little short on being able to make this bridge crossing here, which is extremely not a great thing to hear because, yeah, our resources are going to be pretty tight here. We're getting closer, but it's just not quite together yet. Can we at least fill this bridge in? No, we need to... We're gonna have to mine from further up, I think, in order to really get that, but... We also are gonna have to dig from closer to the edge, like basically as soon as the guy flips over. We have 0 margin for error in that, and I think that's going to just barely be good enough. You climb to the right. Yeah, again, sorry for the lack of talking in this section. This is... I'm sure you can tell this is pretty rough. This is pretty rough stuff. This is absolutely a little bit on the incredibly ridiculous side of life. And let's try going from there. And I think it's left control to... Yeah, there we go. That should get us what we want here. And again, that bridge does look pretty ate up, but I'm pretty sure it would be safe to use. We just have to actually get to a point when we can use it. And you should be able to do this now, right? Yes. Alright, so that part of the exit path is secure, provided we've got the rest of this and we can't fill this in. Good lord. I'm just gonna say, imagine doing this on a console once again, because wowie fucking zowie, this would drive me insane having to keep redoing this on a console, and I would probably start forgetting things after a while. Alright, fall through, please. A little over. Not that far over. Maybe one more back. And then, of course, there's always going to be the issue of, like, is this going to... And that's not... We can't fill this in. So we got to start from, like, all the way back there. So I'm going to reset in order to just, I guess, expedite things in a way in terms of... I'm pretty sure this will be faster than rewinding that much. I feel like it will be anyway. Alright, that should be more than far enough back. Alright, and away we go. We're almost done with this, I think, finally. And I feel like I've said that quite a bit, just with this level, that this one is absolutely... Ooh. Ooh. This is a mean bastard. And yeah, so this is the other problem, is that we have to maybe be less far forward, or further forward, rather. Do this, and I think I'm going to want to try and do a little bit of landmarking here and go from this line, maybe. I'm going to hope that that will get us somewhere. And that bridge is far too destroyed to be usable, so we're gonna back up there and oh my god, what is the positioning on this? You can tell this is definitely, like, starting to do something to me that, like, I kind of want to be like, I'm gonna skip this because we've done it, but that's not my thing here. I have to come back a little further, I think. Or am I bashing through, like, the wrong part of that? I mean, that could be the thing. And again, we screwed that up, because at this point we gotta do it at least once with every part of the solution. So at this point, like, the only other thing that I can think of to fix this is to bash through this part of this section instead of the lower section. That almost didn't make sense, and yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do here is... We're going to do this instead. We're going to fast forward, and we're going to get to a part where we should be cutting through all of that. I think that looked right, but I could be wrong. So let's do this. And yeah, that worked out. Okay, so we now send that lemming over the wall. And we get a really hilarious looking image there of the lemming just literally walking through stone and not afraid of anything. And here's where we start doing stuff like this. Okay, so that is just barely going to be safe. And then we come up to this part here, which should be fine because, you know, we replayed that part perfectly and everything. And yeah. Unfortunately, we've now ended up with this situation. What the fuck? Why? Did I do something bad on a human level that I'm being basically subjected to this Sisyphean task? Did I like piss on hospitality at some point and not remember it? I'm going fucking mad here. This is just gone completely awry and I do not know what's wrong anymore. That might be the best we can hope for at this point, and I'm gonna get fucked apparently, so look forward to that. Look forward to my Twitch channel getting banned because of me getting fucked live on Twitch. And yes, I need a little more space further, but if I get that, I don't get enough headroom to do this. Cause yeah. Alright, I'm gonna try bashing a little later here. Cause we might be able to, yeah, we can take a little bit of both parts of the sandwich here. Both parts of the old ice cream sandwich, and so that is hopefully the solution. A complete violation of common sense. That sounds like Lemmings in a nutshell. Lemmings in a nutshell, a pretty good level title that was never used. And again, we're having a bit of an issue here. Of just a little, too little space there, but, like... Do I need exactly one more pixel there? Because that looks about how big of a difference that is. Between the pinch and the little wide area there. If that's where we're at in terms of what we need, I guess fine. I don't like that, but I can probably do it. And yeah, I'll just show that I can indeed not build into the pinch properly. And that doesn't work. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so here comes the part where we just start going frame by frame through this section. Alright. Back. One more. Alright, so we've got a basic idea of this. I wish I could screenshot this better. Alright, so that's 1 pixel up. There we go. We're trying this. God, I hope any of the next 2 levels are at least a little less of this. I'm pretty sure they won't be, but again, we will see when we get there, I suppose. Again, they cross over. Back it up, back it up, back it up, and over we go. Unfortunately, it definitely looks like from that preview that we're gonna get even more of a pinch, so I am just at a complete loss at this point. Because very clearly the last time we had no more, yeah, see, it's even a bigger pinch. That's not what I wanted to do, but okay. And so let's try something like this. And again, we're gonna fuck this up a couple of times just because I want to use this little section here in order to, and after the drop to get the overhead swing to clear out more. That is what I've been trying to... I guess I should try to do that more and see if that gets us better results. I'm not 100% sure if we're going to have enough space to... I'm not sure if we're going to get the overhead clearance is what I'm talking about here. Because that's always a little dicey, but... Okay, see, that is much better. A problem then presents itself where I don't know if I have the space to build up here. Yeah, see, I need to come back. I need to build from further back is the big problem here. Otherwise, that is a good idea. But as we can see, this is just sort of absurd. Back it up. So we suck one more pixel up, and... Again, we're going to try this for now and see if this will probably not give us what we want, but... I'm very much at kind of a loss here where I don't... Like, I've got the basics of how to actually get to the exit and everything. It's the part where I have to actually hash the rest of this out. Excuse me. So I guess the other solution at this point is to try doing things the other direction of come down lower. Can we get to a point perhaps where we're going to eat through the entirety of that, but less of the bottom? That's too low. That's as low as we can get. And it's going to end up being what I try here just to... just to see what I can get out of this. It's probably not going to give me what I want out of this, but it's potentially interesting of do less instead of trying to maximize the amount of vertical ground being covered, minimize it. And then of course the timing on this is very, very weird, where I've got both Lemmings literally on top of each other, and I need to... well, not literally, I guess. Just pretty close to. That's... never mind, that's gonna create a bridge that cannot be crossed at all. Like, look at that thing. That is a complete wreck. So I'd have to send the climber far sooner. I had a moment trying to remember how those words work. Send a climber. Actually, what I'm going to try doing here is I'm going to see if I can't build into that little space up there without having another miner having gone yet, and I cannot. That... this is just absolutely cruel and unusual, to say the absolute least. Could there be a way to do this without using a builder in the middle? Possibly, but I don't remember what else we would be doing instead of that. Like, that really does come down to a lot of, mine from the slit, and... if we get someone to build up there, that might actually be it, man. I'm gonna take a crack at this, where we once again, we're gonna dig from here. We're going to do something like this. And I don't think I want to take any of that ground out is a problem. Because what I'm thinking is do this, and I come up a little short. I mean, I could probably, if I stretch that a little better, I think I might be able to get a couple more pixels. Right on the left, if you just mind. Yeah, it's sort of what I'm... yes, sort of what I'm getting at. Now I'm realizing maybe not quite, but... I'll see if I can't demo this better before I try to move on to doing what you're suggesting a little smarter here. Alright, so that should get us... like, just right into here. And assuming that we don't need to clear headroom here in order to build out. Which it turns out we don't. Okay, so that is as many pixels as we can get off of that. How about this? Can we seal that? No. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Because otherwise, you can see what I'm going for here of we have a path over to the exit that way, but doing that in 2 builders is apparently legitimately impossible, judging by that. Because I don't really have a good way to get any more gain in that direction. Well, we can do this. That's not really a solution at all, but it looks like something anyway. Shit. So this part, I believe, is definitely a thing. Unless we really want that basher elsewhere. I suppose is not impossible. Just don't 100% know where else it would be used. This builder builds the ledge you would create on the left if you just mined. Ultimately, the problem is that our builder contingent is so small that using them is very difficult here. Let's try doing this again. And I just don't know what I'm doing right now. Excuse me. I'm really sorry about that big yawn. That is something that I was not expecting to do, as you can probably tell. I should probably be using all 3 of my climbers, but I don't 100... Well, I mean, we saw a good place to use the last one. If we could line the rest of this up, which is gonna be really hard. I'm gonna pause for a second. I'm totally not cheating or anything. I mean, I'm definitely considering it, but... Like, does it make sense to dig elsewhere? And I don't think it does, because we would then come up short a builder once again, would we not? Although, again, it's something to... Oh, I didn't mean to scroll. If you touch the scroll wheel, you zoom in and out, and I got very disoriented by that for a second, and I bet the rest of you did as well. So let's try just digging in right over here, just as a test. This is an experimental choice of location. Which frees us up a basher. The use for which I'm not 100% sure. In fact, let's rewind to the other side over here of this. And that seems a lot closer than usual, too, by the way. Am I doing something really weird here? And see, positioning aside, this would make doing this very easy, but I would come up short a builder. Yeah, I still would. I was about to say, wait a second, did I... But no, there's no weird miracle shit going on here. I'm still... That's still a 5 builder solution to a level with only 4. And that's not really going to get us what we want in this particular life that we're living here. So we're back to square. Where the fuck are we anyway? We're gonna have to break through here, otherwise that's very pointless. And that's too close of a... I screwed that up, so I didn't send the climber fast enough to do this part. Fortunately, like, this is the only thing that I can think of that uses our resources in a way that they are all, like, accounted for? And I don't know how to fix this. Is very, very strange. I don't remember how to do this. I'm feeling quite foolish here. I've forgotten this. My cat's breath smells like cat food. I'm pretty sure that bridge might not actually work anyway, either. Just, putting that one out there. Can they survive the fall on the right onto that little stone? I assume that this little stone is the one you're thinking of. They can't survive this drop. That, unfortunately, is untenable. It is just barely too high. Otherwise, I certainly do appreciate what you're thinking of. And yeah, the lack of any way to go this way easily definitely creates a very serious issue with this level that makes it this much harder. To the point that actually, I think, yeah, I probably will just actually take a look at this. I'm gonna go for a text solution, not a video or anything, because then I at least have to puzzle a little bit of like, oh, what's the... And yeah, I know, it's definitely not a high point in my career to be looking up something, especially something that I've solved many times before and am quite knowledgeable of. So I definitely feel like a bit of an idiot here, but we're trying. I've been at this for so long that And you know what happened when I looked something up? It literally just told me to just do this. Like, not exactly this, obviously, but the same basic idea. So, I am once again stuck and feeling like kind of an idiot, because, wow, again, I've done this before, is the thing that I'm gonna keep pointing out, that I have done this before. So, failing it is making me feel extra stupid. And the problem here, I'm sending this... The level is called Lemmings Arc. A-R-K, not A-R-C. And yeah, see... oh. Okay. That just happened. I don't know that this is necessarily going to make anything easier, but... that is semi-interesting. At least. Well, that's weird. Is all I can say about that, is that that is weird. So we need to... let the rest of this happen a little bit, and... okay, well, first of all... gotcha, there are at least two solutions. Well, that's something at least, I guess. So I found out something while doing this. And that is that Lemmings can survive a drop from hitting their head on this bridge down to that little stone, but not falling off the platform onto it. I do not know why this is, but it sure is. Let's start from there. All these physics? I want that climb room way earlier, Chief. That seems to be getting us a little bit better what we want. Well, I think this is finally going to get us through this level. It's just... it's been one hell of a procedure. like having your gallbladder removed or something. Not quite. It's getting there though. We're just very gotta get a little more specificity in terms of placement and everything. And otherwise though, we got the basic idea. Now do it again, but further back. That's pretty much... That is what it is, right? Just do this again, but do it better this time. And I'm going to hope this placement is good, because otherwise that is very unfortunate, to say the least. Yes, that needs to be further up, like about the middle of that block, I think. Incidentally, this would definitely be a good VOD for anybody who probably likes the sound of a mouse slamming onto a mouse mat, because I bet that is definitely getting picked up by the mic. It's definitely reasonably loud. I almost said volumetric, but that's not exactly the correct word. We are just about there, as long as this lemming in green wins the race. Oh, we're gonna do it! We're finally done. I'm pretty sure we spent like an hour on just this level. So hopefully these last two are gonna be fairly non-threatening and... oh, I know what both of them are, and they both suck ass. But I also kind of don't want to leave one until a separate day. Here we go. I Am A.T. This level is singularly awful. So, here's the thing. We've got 40 digging folks here. And basically, we have to turn this area into an up-ramp for this side of the level to get in here. And a bunch of lemmings are going to die. And that one bomber has to be placed generally in the right place in order to get us what we need. And no, by the way, I will just show real quick that we cannot just do the easy solution. Although, goodness knows I wish. Also, yeah, we really, really want that release rate way up. In fact, I'm going to put it up to somewhere like 90 right now. Actually, I'm going to have to start over for that, aren't I? Yep. Oh. Oh. There's going to be a lot of this for a little bit here, and basically, yes, there's going to be a lot of this for a little bit here. We're actually going to cap our release rate once again here because You probably have guessed there's a bit of a squish advisory in effect over here. Yeah, this level is not great either, if I haven't made that clear yet. And yeah, Lemmings are starting to die out of this entrance a lot earlier than we would like them to. And by that, I mean we would like for none of them to die by drop, but I'm going to at least demo the basics of this level before we have to tighten up the exact solution. And yeah, I genuinely very strongly consider this to be like the worst level in any official Lemmings release, which is quite strong competition because there's some pretty bad ones. And see, we're not even going to have enough Lemmings out to complete this level because we're going to have somebody fall in that pit down there. It's just kind of a fact of life. Oh, that was a little weird because the digging got assigned at the same time as, yeah. Yeah, we have 80 Lemmings here. There's no way for us to get everybody to the exit with this, but I can show off at least, you can get the basic idea of what this level is like. And what the end of the level looks like and why I really dislike it. This level design is very bad because it feels very much, well, very entropic to say the least. Like, it doesn't feel like it works, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Alright. I'm just going to attempt that same basic idea, but with everybody coming out at a release rate of 99 as I make a full staircase here. My hope is that I can get everybody from that set over there over. And there's a huge chunk there that I made a mistake with. The other thing is that, like, dealing with these guidelines is a little bit tough. They're sometimes hard to see. Just because of the amount of black background and the amount of Lemmings clumped and everything. But the clumping is pretty much a requirement. Sadly, one thing that I can't do, which I had thought about doing before, and I think is available in a level that is a variant on this concept in a fan level pack that we may yet see at some point in the future, although probably not until sometime in 2021 at the earliest, is using the bomber and the builder to pack the other Lemmings in pretty tightly. But I don't think that's really a thing that we can do here, unfortunately. So we're getting a fair chunk to the exit already. But I think that to do this, we have to bomb one of these later Lemmings. And then build, perhaps? I feel like that's not necessarily correct, but On the other hand, the idea feels fairly sound. And see, we're 5 off. This is the part where things just get a little bit strange. And of course, we still have 15 digging chucks left, so I'm gonna try a little bit of this and see if I can't do something a little goofy here. And no, we're at -6 from what we need to be at. So where were we? Alright, let's go back to here. Try popping the one who's falling. See, this really is the part where I just end up being a little bit lost, because, yeah. We're gonna do a quick restart here. See if I can't hash out a good use for this builder. We'll try throwing a bridge out that way. That was not really useful. Yeah, because we're at -6 again. Because, of course, the one that... So everybody on the left-hand entrance gets there. It's just the matter of this side that's having the issue. Am I going to want to have this at a different release rate? Or let a few lemmings go ahead at the start? Because these are about as spaced out as we can get. And that's not doing it either, so... Again, -5, -5. We're... -4, rather. And we get this weird land formation there. Okay, so it wouldn't really do us any good to just let 5 lemmings go ahead there. We're failing to save a lot of the lemmings in the back here, so I get the feeling that we're going to want to pop somebody further ahead. Or further back, rather. And that didn't work because we probably did it way too early. Alright, so all those lemmings get there. We get to... We're, again, at -5. So it's got to be that I'm doing something wrong with the digging folks here. And -4 is the best we're going to get out of that. And all these chuckleheads are permanently stuck. So... let's try going tighter instead. Well, first we gotta set the first one here properly, and... try doing this. Alright, so we fast forward here and see how the results turn out. Do we get any better? No, we're actually much worse here. We're at minus 13. But we're gonna refresh this. Because again, we can't get them any wider apart. And that was not even the one I wanted to do that to anyway, so that's real good. Yeah, so, again, I kind of don't understand the concept here at all. It really is just a little bit on the weird, huge weird mess. So I think our only real way of doing this, otherwise, is just going to be to tick the release rate down. And, you know, now hear me out here a little bit. Because that will be the only other way we can really get them into having a wide enough berth between each other. And yes, by the way, there's a solution to save 100% of the Lemmings here. I don't remember what it is. I've seen it before. I don't remember. I blocked it out because this level fucking sucks. And that's why the console versions, even if they did control as well as versions on PCs, would not be as good as the actual home computer versions. And for some reason, they put this in this pack. I don't 100% know why. Maybe it's just that Proxima and the other members of the Lemmings forums are evil. It's a distinct possibility, I guess. If you don't really understand what the term distinct possibility means, but... Now, who's keeping count at this point? And they're dying again. Well... Alright, so about here is where we may as well cap that off, because those two release rate points are going to make a world of difference, shockingly enough. And by that I mean, we're probably still going to end up with somebody dying from the fall here. The fall of death, but we can't really do much about that, can we? Actually, there is something we can do about it, but I don't... Well, I guess it is going to become relevant, so... We'll start doing it. We'll have someone start digging there as well. And hopefully I've done that at the right time to make it meaningful. To basically shorten the big drop. Shorten the old Six Flags giant drop. A roller coaster that consists of just a big fall. And we'll see how we get here. -3. Oh, we are close. We are very, very close. Fuck you guys. Oh, wait. No, we did it. Okay. I hate that level so much. Like, I can't even communicate very well how much I hate that level. Imagine having to do that on a console. Let's do the last level. It's well past when I usually would finish a stream, but you know what? We're here. We're gonna finish this tonight instead of having this track into another stream. We're going to finish Fall and No Life Part 2. And hopefully I remember how to do this. And I can just be like, well, we're gonna cut to the end of the stream. But that's a statement that I stand behind, is just the word but. And we have 3 minutes to do this. They give us a time limit for this level. A bunch of fucking monsters. So, I don't exactly remember how to do this, like, at all, but I'm going to try basically doing the same thing that I did with this level the first time through, except different. And yeah, that's a real good description, I realize, but so what we did the first time was one lemming fell off and here comes the problem. Do we have enough to touch that? We do not have enough to touch that. Ooh, shit. So what I would be doing here, if this worked, which I don't think it will, not without a lot of elbow grease, would be to have this lemming turn around at the pillar, float down, bash under to make a path to the exit. This lemming would touch the pillar, turn around, go in here, mine under to save the other chuckleheads, which may not even work here. And then basically just, again, the same thing that we did the first time through the level. But that is clearly not going to be the way forward for us. So we're going to do things this way. We're going to start digging into the staircase. Digging, in this case, a part being played by bashing tonight. And we're going to seal this entire little circuit up here. And I'm going to have a moment of realization where I think I need to have one lemming go over the top. And basically do that part of it. Bash, bash. Mine. Well, actually. Okay, well that seems a little easy. It would seem a lot less easy if I remembered to play this correctly. But here we are. Alright. So, lemming number 3 becomes a floater. Lemming number 1 becomes a builder. And we build. Problem. I would need a second floater for that. But let's see what we can do with this anyway, because, yeah, actually, no, let's not. I knew that was too easy. Bash. Build. 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 Yeah, I hear you over there. Now, the ultimate problem here is gonna be the time limit, and we have to really, really race here to get this done. So we want to spend as little time doing any sort of digging as we can here. We want to cut this as close as the game will let us. And oh, game, you're gonna let us get real close here. Like, shockingly so. And yeah, we basically had everything. We just had to reassign the burden to a single lemming. Because that's exactly what you want to do with your life. And I want to remember to use the correct task here. And we have 1 minute to get this done. A minute to win it. And we might not. Because that's a shockingly long walk to make. Yeah, I don't think everybody's going to make it. And we're going to be sitting here like, how do we get these last few seconds? Oh my god. So close. We're 2 off. We are 2 off. And we simply don't have enough digging tools to, like, cut these bridges or anything. Otherwise, I would absolutely be doing that. And see, we're getting as close with that as possible. So we're gonna try... Well, I'm gonna try, like, actually doing my inputs correctly would be great. Get a little closer there. I don't think that works. I think that's gonna get us with fewer lemmings in the exit. Oh my god, and the 29th lemming was jumping in. We are almost there! Why is this like this? Which I feel is just sort of turning into my catchphrase of why is this like this? And in fact, I'm going to do one little thing that I know I can use to my advantage. And that is clustering lemmings closer together. Alright, so we need this lemming to turn around. And unfortunately, we can't do it any sooner than that. Alright, so we get as close to the let us, once again. Alright. We're getting into the point where this may be for naught. Alright, so if we try cutting at the very bottom of the stair there, I don't think that's going to have a real effect, but it feels right or something. And again, I think this hasn't helped with the release rate. Yeah, we have fewer lemmings getting in there now, so... Again, the trick ends up being that... Or, well... Trick is a strong word, really. Because these guys should all... Like... Again, this might not be the solution, really, but I can't think of another one off the top of my head, judging by the resources we have and the changes to the level. Is it going to be worth our while to try making the release rate higher later on? Might be the only other thing that I can think of offhand. Because that would help clump a couple of lemmings together. See, or even building from further back, but that wouldn't work. Wait, I gotta build in the right place to make them turn around earlier, don't I? And then only the... Well, not only the floater, rather, then nobody will have to bash through there. Do we do that? No, I don't think that's gonna end up being a thing that really is all that doable in this situation, maybe. Well, that was unhelpful. But that would be a useful endeavor if I could figure out a way to do it. Get in there! Damn it! Literally only one lemming left. I was so close. And of course it was the floater, so... Again, only so much we can do about that. Really. And we're going to try doing this because, again, I still feel like that would be an option if it were, you know. Yes! That actually did happen. I think this might possibly be the successful run. But only just. Oh yes, that is honestly about as good as you could ask for. Holy crap, that level is an exercise in extreme optimization. That, wow. Wow. And that still took us less time than Lemmings arc, which is just devious to the max. And I Am A.T, I think it took us less time than I Am A.T, which, honestly, any amount of time you spend on that level is too much. So, yes, thank you very much for joining me on this. This has been a lot of fun, even in the times when I've been like, holy crap, what? And expect to see more Lemmings on this channel at some point in the future, but probably not for quite a while.